Good morning from Alaska. We are back. This YouTube channel is back, and I'm so happy that you are watching it again and that you are still interested in our Arctic Lights adventures. Today I'm on my way to Dawson City in Canada, Yukon territory, and I will give a couple friends of mine a ride to Dawson. They plan on paddling the Yukon River from Dawson City to Circle in Alaska, and they needed somebody to give them a ride to their starting point, and I volunteered for that. I'm excited. It will be a fun trip. The border at the top of the World Highway, the border into Canada, is open again. So we can drive the top of the World Highway. It will still be a full day of driving. And I think we will see each other in Dawson. Enjoy! So we're almost there. Back there is the Yukon River, and on the other side is Dawson City. We will stay on this side of the river at the Yukon River campground. It is kind of a wilderness campground and bears are everywhere, so you probably want to be careful not to have any food in your tent. We made it into Dawson. And yes, behind those trees here is the Yukon River. You can hear the ferry. The ferry will go the whole night, but I have earplugs, so it will be fine. Everything is here. I'm cozy. My bear spray is handy. My mosquito wrecker is handy. The only bear allowed in the tent is here waiting for me. And there are 100,000 of these little black flies or gnats, and I really hope that they can't get through the tent here, because I really don't like these guys. We drove for 8.5 hours. It was a pretty easy drive. It was fun, it was enjoyable, but I am so tired now, so I will go to bed. We already went into Dawson, and while I'll go to sleep, I can show you first impressions from Dawson City, Yukon territory, Canada, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you get a little bit of a gold rush feeling. Let's hop onto the free ferry. This here is the famous downtown hotel, and the hotel is famous for the sourdough drink. It's a drink with an old toe in it, and you have to finish it. The toe has to touch your lips, but you're not allowed to swallow it. We did not do this. We didn't even go inside. Dawson City tries to keep the old gold rush feeling alive by making modern buildings look like old buildings as well. It's touristy, but it's kind of neat. You can also find some old and original buildings here in Dawson City, like this permafrost building. It's named permafrost building because it's built on permafrost, and the heat inside the building melted the permafrost ground, and the building, well, became crooked. Good morning, I hope you slept as well as I did. A new day, a camping day, so no makeup. And I can see through the tent that it's dry and the sun's already shining. So let's face this day. I look horrible without makeup. I mean, not that I wear makeup, but I usually wear some mascara. I look horrible without mascara, but I think we all have to live with it now. This campground here is it's a beautiful campground. It's right at the Yukon River, across from the city, Dawson City, and it's really beautiful. It has a lot of campsites directly at the river, and some other campsites on the other side of the little road, and there's another loop. So yeah, we enjoy it. I'm at a little platform where you can overlook the river and look at the rocks at the other side. The river itself has pretty high water, and it's pretty fast right now, in my opinion. My friends are really excited about it, and they think, oh, it will be an amazing, easy float down the river. Their trip will start tomorrow, but today we will still have a little bit of time to explore the area. But before that, let me show you around the campground for a little bit, for those of you who are interested to come here as well. The campground has pretty nice and clean outhouses and firewood. You can just grab some firewood here. And of course you have to pay for campgrounds. This is where your pay slip goes, or your registration slip goes. You can self-register here. This is way more modern than in Alaskan state parks. You scan a code, you register, you buy it online, and then you will receive a number. The number goes on the registration slip, and the registration slip goes into there. The campground map showed an old graveyard for sternwheelers, but first I couldn't resist this playground. There were no kids around, so I got to play as much as I wanted. It was a lot of fun. Why don't they make playgrounds for adults? That's enough. Let's go and find the old ships. Actually, there's a pretty easy way to get there. You just walk along the beach, but since the river is very high, we couldn't do this. We had to go and find our way through the woods. We found, let's say, 4 of those old stern wheelers, but there's supposed to be 7. Pretty neat. It's getting late. We should go on to the ferry and into Dawson. So after a long day in the car and driving, we decided we go for a hike today, and we do the 9th Avenue hike out of Dawson. We parked the car at Front Road and went to the visitor center, asked for some maps, and then hiked up King Street to the trailhead, and we're now on a little round trip trail. According to the visitor center, it's supposed to take 2 hours. I have no idea how long it is. That's Dawson directly at the Yukon. And that's a river. There is a ferry. Our campground is right on the other side of the river, along the river. There the Yukon goes towards Alaska. Beautiful day. And back there are the gold fields along Bonanza Creek. This is where on August 18th, 1896, the Klondike Gold Rush started. Do you know the British-Canadian poet Robert Service? He spent some time in this cabin here. You should read his Spell of the Yukon. And for sure you know Jack London. This is the Jack London Museum. This is his cabin. But I think we will go back into town, grab something to eat, and then relax a little bit. That was day 2, or the first full day in Dawson City. We were pretty lucky. We had 1 rain shower, but now it looks like it will stay dry for the rest of the night. And yep, I will pack up my camp here tomorrow and we'll leave. I may have 1 or 2 little stops somewhere while my friends are getting ready to paddle down the Yukon River. Good morning. It's pretty noisy here. I'm at the Yukon River. We already broke camp. And before going on the top of the World Highway again, we will watch my friends put up all of their gear and put up the kayak for going on their Yukon River trip. Okay. So now I'm on my way to Toke. First it looked like it would rain, but it doesn't. It's weird weather. It's hazy, probably from wildfires. And yeah. It is a little bit after 3 o'clock. I think I will arrive in Toke like a little bit after 4 o'clock. It's probably another hour, a little bit more than an hour drive from here now. And yeah, I will buy something to eat and maybe a coffee, but I think it's too early to decide whether I can go home or not. So I will get a coffee and then continue driving. The stretch between Toke and Delta Junction is extremely boring and I'm not looking forward to it, but I try to stay awake and then see how I feel and how late it is when I arrive in Delta Junction, and then decide whether I will stay overnight somewhere or whether I can make it home, which I really want to do. So I made it to Delta Junction. Not much to film. It is very smoky. The air, I think it started just before Toke, and the air is very, very hazy and smoky from the wildfires burning around here. So nothing really to film. From here on, it is another 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours home. I'm pretty tired, but I think I will make it home. I will not camp anywhere tonight. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and stay healthy, stay safe. And next time, most likely we will go dip netting for salmon at the Copper River. So if you're interested in that, then activate the notification bell here on YouTube and subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you next time. Bye!